Now, LA TheaterWorks continues with The Fever Syndrome by Alexis Ziegerman, directed by Sarah Drew.
Are you sure it's Japanese knotweed in the backyard?
She's fine.
The gardener came and took a look. Apparently the stuff's all over Central Park.
You shouldn't let her use her phone so much.
Excuse me?
They're having to teach trainee surgeons how to sew. These kids have no dexterity in their hands. They're no good at the craft. It's all swipe, swipe, swipe.
It's amazing how people without children seemingly have endless opinions on how to raise children. Did you find something?
So what's the treatment for the knotweed?
The cheapest option, because the other one where you inject the roots is very expensive. The cheapest option is to get a goat.
A goat?
A goat?
Oh.
They eat the roots without dispersing the spores.
Where are you going to get a goat from? In Manhattan?
This is very Edward Albee.
They lease them.
Oh, like the chair.
They eat the weeds on Staten Island. They use them for weed control. Don't make fun of me.
But you have money, Megan. Dad's pension is pretty sizable. You have equity in the house, and there's the $250,000 honorarium Dad's about to get with the Lasker.
Dot,
it's not a case of pleading poverty. Why don't you just treat the knotweed?
The honorarium goes to the Institute. I'm very clear about that. The money goes to the Meyers Institute. God knows it's a spit in the ocean, but it's already been factored into next year's research budget. It does not contribute towards buying a goat. Not even a cloned one. And while we're on the subject, and so there's no misunderstanding, the house is going to Megan after I go. She will live in it and do with it what she wants.
What does that mean?
She will keep the house. My 3 children get an equal share of any remaining capital and investments, divided equally, 3 ways.
Well, wait,
this is not open to comment or interpretation. Is that understood?
Hey, what you got there?
Oh, I found it in the kitchen.
I don't think you should be using that, sweetie.
It's a balancing spoon.
Say again?
Balancing spoon. It uses movement cancellation software. They use the same technology for soldiers whose hands shake.
Right. The hand's allowed to move, but what you're holding on to cancels its motion. It essentially minimizes the tremor so you can eat without shaking your food everywhere. Is this yours, Richard?
I've never seen it.
It was a present from Anthony. Can I swap it for a real spoon?
Oh, can I take a quick look at it?
Just let her eat.
I can't remember it ever being washed.
Can we have some fucking manners at this table? Some decorum? You heard her. Put the fucking spoon back!
For Pete's sake,
I
Dad!
didn't mean to do that.
You okay?
He has jerky movements. He has no control over them. It's called disc. I promise, he didn't intend.
Is she okay?
You're burning up, Nate. She's on fire.
Shit. Excuse me.
She has a fever.
Yes, she has a fever. Nate, get the Motrin.
We have Tylenol. She seemed perfectly fine.
Tylenol won't touch it. She needs an anti-inflammatory.
I think we have Motrin. We have everything.
Does she want water? Is there anything we can do?
What's wrong?
She has this thing. I don't know what you call it.
It's a periodic fever syndrome.
Right.
You won't have heard of it. It's an autoinflammatory disease, extremely rare.
Can we lie her down?
It's the innate immune system basically attacking itself, or a fake invader. To be honest, they really don't know.
Darling, why didn't you say you were feeling hot? Nate, get the steroids.
Really? Don't you want to try the Motrin first?
Now!
Uh-huh.
Sweetie, stand up. Let's go to the couch.
How much does she take?
The dose will be on the side of the bottle.
A fever is just a stimulation of the body's normal immune response.
There's nothing normal about a fever of 109.
Don't get hysterical.
Don't you even do that. Oh! Lily!
Oh, God.
Lily!
Fuck.
What's happening?
Febrile seizure.
Should I call an ambulance?
No. Nate, are you timing this?
Yep.
I think we should call one.
Call an ambulance.
Do not call an ambulance. We know what this is. We know what to do about it. Just give us some space to put her in recovery. Breathe. Good, breathe. How long was that?
Under half a minute.
Okay.
Maybe 25 seconds.
Okay.
Why do you have to time the length of the...
It's to do with oxygen. You okay, Lils? You gave us a fright there.
What just happened?
The fever shoots up too quickly. The body shuts down.
Nice work, Dad.
He didn't mean to.
She was already sick, Dot.
It was an involuntary movement.
Of course he means to. This is not a man who does anything by accident.
That is not fair.
Hey, everyone.
Anthony.
Look, it's a mob of Myers. A mutation of Myers. A mishpacha of Myers. You couldn't wait for dinner? What's happened?
Thank God. You came.
Did you all know there are millions, at least 10 million Americans with involuntary shaking? I'd been following this guy, his PhD work at the University of Michigan, focused on stabilizing the rifle barrels of soldiers who developed handshaking in the field. He moved the technology onto a startup, Liftware. We'd been kind of sniffing each other's asses, and then he got purchased by Google. Nobody's. And integrated into Google's Verify Life division, which I personally think is a mistake, but people get seduced by those pre-K primary colors and, you know, the billions of dollars. You been using this, Dad? Does it help?
Can it make the food taste better?
Hey, how'd you like watching the Giants at Oracle Park?
Giants, huh?
This hedge fund guy gets me seats right behind first base. I'll fly you out.
Anthony.
Giants are traitors.
Everyone who moves out west is a traitor
Left
to
the
you.
polo grounds, left me with the lifelong affliction of being a Mets fan.
You want to come, Lily? Visit your bachelor uncle in Cupertino? Snowboard all winter? Surf the summer?
She needs to rest.
Isn't this a celebration? It's a party. I walk in, there's a miner passed out on the floor. Dad's clearly been on the sauce. Some Fire Island action going on over there.
Christ.
It's a celebration. Anthony, play us something.
Oh, Anthony, do play. Anthony, you must.
Oh boy. Prodigal son. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Why, he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny.
Apart from the GOP.
So, what have you moved on to now, Forks?
Oh, come on. You don't want the sales pitch.
Don't pretend to be coy.
It's a new currency. More transparency, faster transactions, permission-based.
Cryptocurrency?
There are 14 million Americans, more than 1 billion people across the world, shut out of the banking system, mainly from disadvantaged minorities.
And you want to help them? Oh, that is so selfless of you.
You're only 3 minutes older than me. Cool it.
You understand cryptocurrency?
She probably understands it better than you do. How much have you got saved for college? You got a college fund, right?
Do not give him your bank details.
She's absolutely right. And yet you're giving the bank money, Lily.
It's in a 529.
You're trusting them not to blow it. You have no control over what they're investing in. You leave your cash open to every 3-card Monty. But with blockchain technology, all transactions are transparent.
Isn't what Anthony's doing marvelous? A whole different way of being.
I normally start my economics class with a song from Hamilton.
Are you okay? She really needs to rest.
I have some cryptocurrency investments.
You do?
I have some investments, sure. You don't want to be the person who missed out.
Hey, Lily, ask your uncle here how you mine for cryptocurrency. It's called mining, which implies you go into the ground and dig something out.
What you don't do is steal it. I just put a share of Bitcoin in your name, Lily.
You did not.
I did too.
She doesn't want it.
Well, she's got it. Gonna be rich. See? You're getting some color back in your cheeks now.
Take it back. Cancel it.
When I was a gamer, I used to buy skins to change the way guns looked in the video game. It's a similar thing.
Honey, we do not need to reveal our sordid past.
Every innovation, technological, scientific, anything worth a goddamn thing came about from going to war on the establishment.
I'm sorry, Richard,
Nate.
but you're wrong.
Nate.
Cryptocurrency is no David versus Goliath. There are serious concerns about privacy, money laundering, the environment. Regulatory bodies won't touch it. Congress is trying its damnedest to rein it in.
Put a Bitcoin in it.
Wait, 1 second. When they dragged Zuckerberg in front of the U.S. House Committee over his new currency venture, during his testimony, the bottom fell out of the cryptocurrency values. I mean, you must have lost a pretty penny that day, Anthony.
Can we change subjects?
Yes, let's play charades or something.
I am willing to play charades.
American innovation is always on trial. Trust me. I know.
Lily, don't ever invest your money where you don't understand the value proposition. Cryptocurrencies are highly questionable morally, mathematically. They're a charade.
Dorothea, tell your husband to stop sucking the room of oxygen.
Who made me the genius I am today? The mathematician that others all quote. Who's the professor that made me that way? The greatest that ever got chalk on his coat. One man deserves a credit, one man
Singing
deserves a
is a
play.
form of therapy. Richard and I also do
I'll never forget the day I first met the great Lobachevsky. And one word, he told me, secret of success in mathematics. Plagiarize. Plagiarize. Let no one else's work evagerize. Remember why the good Lord made your eyes. So don't shoot your eyes, but plagiarize, plagiarize, plagiarize. Only be sure always to call it, please, research.
That's enough.
And ever since I meet this man, my life is not the same. And Nikolai Ivanovich Lobachevsky is his name. Hey, Nikolai Ivanovich Lobachevsky is his name. Hey, Nikolai Ivanovich Lobachevsky is his name. Hey, Nikolai Ivanovich Lobachevsky.
Nate, where are you going?
Come back.
Everything okay?
Do not talk about this in front of Lily. Tom, can you take her up to her room? Anthony, we are not done here.
I can take myself.
Humor me.
Can I help?
I think we got this.
Somebody needs their cassette changed.
You stop infantilizing me. It's not a diaper.
Well done, emeritus professor. It's not a diaper. It's your medication. And it needs changing. You're slurring your words like a gin-soaked old man.
Need any help?
We have a routine. It's like a dance.
I got all the looks. You can say it.
What just happened?
You know, fun and games.
I don't know. He seemed pretty hurt.
Nate? You think he's got no side, no game? I cannot tell a lie. Oh, trust me, he chopped down that fucking cherry tree. He stole some results from a PhD student.
Okay.
Nate was at a biology conference, like Comic-Con for scientists, but way, way geekier. And there was this PhD student innocently doing his poster, where you talk about your research. This student was gamely telling Richard Meyers' son-in-law about these fascinating results he was getting with yeast and DNA replication. You won't believe what happened next. Nate flew back to his lab in Baltimore, ran a few of the tests, published all this kid's results in a peer-reviewed paper in Science, with Nate's name at the top. Scooped him.
Is that plagiarism?
He passed the kid's results off as his own. It's not just plagiarism, it's stealing candy from the baby.
He made a mistake.
The student made a formal complaint, and if memory serves, he even got CCTV footage of Nate talking to him at the conference. You gotta love millennials and their committed fight for justice. But alas, that was it for Nate and his budding yeast affair, and any serious standing he may have had in the field of scientific research. And the kicker? Dot's an editor at Science, so her job was majorly compromised.
Why'd he do it? He must have known the risks involved.
It's publish first or perish. There's nothing for second place. No Lasker Prize, no Nobel, no funding.
It's an old family song. You know Anthony, he's a showman, the greatest showman. It's all an act. There is no substance to it. It is all about entertaining Dad, vying for his approval. Can you stop throwing? Okay, this isn't a criticism. It's an observation. But you always rise to it, and you shouldn't, because they see you taking the bait.
Well, forgive me for feeling things, like any person with a pulsating heart would. And there's only so much bullying I should be expected to take.
Oh, come on.
What, you want to call it something else? There's a bullying mentality that runs through this family, Dot. And it's not how adults behave. I've seen high school kids in gangs behave better than your father, than Anthony.
What do you think it was like for me every time I came here? As a child. Don't let yourself open. Don't let Dad think he's got to you.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. We knew Lily was due another attack, and traveling might set one off.
Then you shouldn't have come.
I came to support my wife.
Thank you. I'm sorry if I haven't said that already.
Because that is my fucking full-time job. Supporting my family. Emotionally. Not financially, of course, lest I be allowed to forget.
They don't get the complexities of what it's like raising a kid with a chronic health condition. They lack an enormous dose of empathy. But we know this. Nobody gets it. Nobody understands what it's like until you are a parent looking after a sick child and there's nothing you can do to make your child's pain go away. The terror of knowing it's going to keep coming back. Nobody knows about the isolation. The planning that goes into a fucking car trip. The tyranny it reigns over you. Only you and I know, Nate. Nobody else knows unless they've been through it.
Yeah.
After Lily's been sick, my skin feels so thin, someone just needs to blow on it, and I'd bleed 9 pints of blood all over the floor. But when you're in this house, you have to grow some extra layers.
Skin? You need a suit of armor.
I wanted her to see her grandfather get this award. It's selfish of me.
It's an important moment. We should all be here.
Dad's estate used to go to us 3 ways. Now she gets the house.
Well, maybe he's helping the person he thinks needs it the most.
I need to speak with Anthony and Thomas, who knows how much this actually leaves us with.
I could work. Your family are right. They're savages, but they're absolutely right. I screwed up. I mean, you know I have this burning research idea.
The dinner table was not the best time to pitch it.
Having a family member at the Meyers Institute, someone in research.
Forgive me, Nate, but he never offered you a post when he was compos mentis.
I didn't ask for one.
He
Not
said
outright.
over his dead body.
And here we are. This is his legacy, Dot. I mean, Christ. Most institutes are named after the money. Your father's such a megalomaniac, he named the institute after himself. Doesn't he want someone working inside who's familial, who cares and knows about the research, about what the name means?
That is a decision made by the board of directors.
Of which your father is currently chairman.
It's great that this is an interest to you.
It's not an interest. It'd be bringing in an income. It's collaboration with peers. It's being surrounded by adults in a working environment. It's everything you have, Doc.
And it just about works. We cannot afford for you to start back at the level you were at over a decade ago. What happens with Lily? With a new baby?
It's my go. It's my turn. You'd be doing it for us. For our marriage, you'd be doing it for us.
Anthony, shocked me.
Sorry.
It's a full house. People everywhere. A lot of bed sheets.
I've been told Lily's sleeping in my old room tonight.
And that's what I've been told, too. I'm making up your bed here on the couch.
Oh, here, let me help. I was thinking of getting an ice cream cake to celebrate. He used to take us to Seduto's on 72nd and Columbus. You think he'd like that?
Ice cream's always good.
How are you, Megan? What?
I don't think anybody's asked me that.
Okay. How are you?
I don't know. My hands are rubbed raw from washing out the turmeric in your father's shirts. I have cuts on my joints, and when they heal, I can't close my hands into a fist properly. I've gone and left the bedsheet in the closet. There's too much going on. Never mind your father. It's sending me crazy.
I got it.
You're good to him, Anthony. You're thoughtful. You're good to us. You're the only one who actually understands.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm deprived of sleep. I don't sleep properly with Richard. I can't sleep on my own. Humans are not designed to sleep alone. We're supposed to stay alive at night through one another's body heat.
I have pills if you need some. Mainly for jet lag, but,
We're not short of medication in this house. Cabinets full of downers, refrigerators stuffed full of opas and dopas, but I appreciate the offer. Richard and I care. We care about your success. We're invested in you as a person. We worry you're lonely out there on the West Coast.
Lonely?
Going from girl to girl.
Trust me, that is not a burden.
Breaking hearts.
But thank you for your concern.
So things are going well in California?
Things are great.
Because I read things weren't so good. The value of the other currencies has dropped quite a lot. It's gone down by half.
I wouldn't worry about that.
More than half. After that man, what's his name, Zuckerberg, gave his deposition. Like Nate said, if they pass this new legislation in Congress...
It's only a worry if you want to pull out, and you don't want to pull out. Cryptocurrencies are like gold. A safe haven asset during times of economic uncertainty.
I guess I don't understand it. Luckily, you and Richard understand everything.
You want to hold on. Trust me. The world isn't stable.
He kept telling me to close the window. In the ICU, he could feel a draft in the room. Boy, he got so angry. Said it was blowing a gale. Baying at the nurses, yelling at me to close these windows that this girl's leaving open. There's no girl. There are no windows in the ICU. Everything's ambient controlled. You can't open or close something that isn't there. And they say this can happen in the latter stages. And I'm not ready.
Hey, there was probably a breeze. When is Richard ever wrong? You said it. He's smarter than all these doctors put together.
Right.
The AC can give off quite a gust,
I guess so.
Totally explicable. Everything's gonna be fine.
I didn't want to mention it to Dot. She blames me when things go wrong.
No need to mention anything to anybody. I'll check on him.
Sorry, I didn't mean...
Yeah, it's okay. Just gonna put these away.
Can you switch off the phone and take your meds?
I feel fine.
Of course you feel fine. You're on analgesics. You shouldn't wait until the drugs wear off.
Chill out, Mom. I'm just messaging Tori.
You won't be able to sleep.
I'm in the middle of a conversation.
You think you're the only preteen who's non-compliant? When you start doing the shot yourself, you can't miss a dose. Will you listen to me?
I need to know what's going on back home.
It won't be as important as your health.
Not to you.
Give me the phone, Missy. Lily, look at me when I am talking to you.
Fine, take the phone. I hate you.
You got it wrong. keep practicing if you're gonna get better. Chopin practiced with Bach preludes. Hands up. Stop that!
Hey, Dad. You on your own?
There was a little girl.
You mean Lily?
I guess so.
You sure you're okay?
Of course I'm not okay. Mets just sold us prospects again for a number 3 starter. They're trying to kill me. Megan got me a row machine, human version of the hamster wheel. Do me a favor and use it while you're here. Make some noise on it. It'll make her happy. Keep her off my back.
We could do a workout together. I could spot you.
Spot me, huh?
So, listen, you know how I got my ear to the ground in California? There isn't a new technology I'm not looking into. They're making really great advances, not necessarily here, but in Asia with stem cell therapies. A number of trials are going on right now. The idea is to improve disease outcome, even reverse damage. All I have to do is say the word, and I can get you on one of these trials.
Technology's nowhere near advanced.
They take the stem cells and inject them into the spine. It causes the dopamine-producing
I know what a
cells to
stem
regrow.
cell therapy is. I set the fucking scene for it.
Right.
Where do stem cells come from? They come from IVF embryos. The few stem cell lines our myopic government allows us to explore, they come from embryos.
I know that.
Therapy doesn't work. The tissues derived from stem cells do not function normally. They mutate. They potentially develop into cancer. They're a wild card. Is this where you're putting my money?
No.
It's a deuce.
I got some great stuff going on.
Good.
The stuff I was talking about earlier.
Right.
Dad?
I must have attended the delivery of hundreds of twins. But when I held Tom for the first time in the operating theater, and then you 3 minutes later, you had dominated the space inside your mother's womb. Thomas had spent the 3rd trimester wedged against her pelvis, so I was expecting to see Thomas smaller, weaker. But he was fine, and you were yellow everywhere. Fingertips, whites of your eyes. So Thomas came home with us, and we had to leave you behind in the hospital under the lights, your eyes taped down. I must have walked away from 1,000 children in hospital, but leaving you there, my heart fucking broke.
It's okay, Dad. I don't remember. Why don't we go upstairs?
I don't want to go upstairs.
We should get some sleep. Big day tomorrow.
Don't patronize me.
Did you catch the game Sunday? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an unassisted triple play.
First and second, nobody out. Hard line drive up the middle and right in the cleft. Tag the runner, step on the bag. Over before you knew what happened.
found a meeting tomorrow morning. Nothing to do with being here. I just need to go. Is that okay?
Sure. Go make new friends. I'll be here, rapidly regressing until you return.
Give you some space with your family.
Right.
Mom? Mom! Mom, my legs. They feel like stone, Mom. My legs feel like stone.
Here, take the Motrin.
Mom.
Hey, okay, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, just try to rest. We'll do the steroids in the morning if we have to.
Okay.
Good, honey.
What do you want?
Who are you talking to, Richard?
What do you want?
This is LA Theatre Works' production of The Fever Syndrome by Alexis Siegerman. Our story continues next time. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theatre Works.